Hello, no correct match guys, we're back in a crypto video. Hope you guys do well. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a very bullish video here in Pulsechain. And that's not because Pulsechain is green right now. It's because we're going to be delving deeper into the PRC20 narratives that I'm going to be covering even more hidden PRC20s that you might have not heard about. Now, I've already made a part one where I talked about a few things, and one of the main ones that did a 30x, a huge success, was a PLUSD, and it's doing really great right now. But we're talking about what are newer opportunities. So you want to watch the whole video through. You might want to bookmark this and grab a notebook and pen, because there's going to be a lot of information with different categories within the PRC20 narrative. Now, of course, this is what makes Pulsechain super unique. It's the fact that it is one of the first of its kind full system state copy of Ethereum, where if you were holding anything before May 13th of 2023, you would have received a complete airdrop of your holdings in Ethereum in Pulsechain. Now, yes, it wouldn't be the full value, but it would be of some value. And that is the free move of Pulsechain that makes it super unique and attractive to people. Is it doing a great job today in onboarding people? Not yet. And I do feel like the fact Pulsechain will have its turn. Pulsechain will be a late bloomer. This is why I looked at PRC20 narrative as a huge gold mine, with some of them literally being untouched. We already know PDAI is the king of P stables, favored by Richard Hart himself, but we're going to be going and digging deeper into PRC20s that you might have not heard of. Okay, again, we'll be having subcategories, so watch the whole video through. I hope you guys liked it, or like it. And yeah, going back to it, ladies and gentlemen, starting off with the highlighted comment. Apparently I live in Panama. This is the highlighted comment. This guy lives in Panama. Again, don't really know why he said that. But I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you very much to all my members who are choosing to support my small channel. Fun fact, I'm literally, where was it? I am literally 1 follower away from reaching 1,000 followers on Twitter. So be sure to follow me there. I've been active on there, putting a lot of my thoughts on there. So if you don't want to miss out on it, do that. And as well, join my Telegram link in the description, because one of the main things, one of the main categories I'm going to be covering today was literally from a fellow viewer, a fellow farmer. So this is the whole point, guys. We're making a community where, you know what I mean, we're all sharing. This is a network where we're leveraging all our information. Being a one-man army in crypto is not the most efficient way to make money. So yeah, this is why we have this community. It's ran by the community for the community. So anyways, going back to it, the crypto market is going pretty well. Actually, today is kind of green. A nice little piece of good news for us, guys, is that Ethereum have actually been dropped by the SEC. So that makes it for an even better case. So this is a highlight tweet. How can Richard Hart and Pulsechain and Hex lose the SEC case when the SEC just dropped its investigation against ETH? Pulsechain is a copy of ETH, never doubted. Next stop is the moon. And that's a very good point. If Ethereum is not seen as a security, Pulsechain effectively inherits any of the attributes of Ethereum, because it's a literal fork of Ethereum. So this is why, honestly, I'm becoming even more confident being in Pulsechain, guys, honestly. And at the end of the day, guys, I ain't gonna lie to you, okay? This is an opinion that, you know, it doesn't really matter. But even if Pulsechain was deemed as a security, at the end of the day, guys, Pulsechain is still gonna run. Pulsechain is still permissionless, automated, doesn't need anyone. Richard Hart doesn't control Pulsechain. He's just the founder of it. So at the end of the day, guys, the code is still doing its thing. You know what I mean? It's decentralized. We're literally, the fact that's making Pulsechain level, like actually working, is because of the validators. We have above 50,000 validators. So yeah, it's the true meaning of DeFi, decentralization. And this is why I love being here. It's more than just an investment. I have deep conviction with Pulsechain, guys. So anyways, I hope you guys appreciate these videos. I've been loving the support. Let's carry on with the video. Okay, so I have these I dug up these 2 tweets that I think will be super good as a starter. Now, quickly, as I told you guys, the king of PRC20s, okay, is DAI. The PDAI, okay? Again, it doesn't have the P. We just use the word P as a suffix just when we speak about it to differentiate between the Ethereum or the Pulsechain counterpart, okay? So there's no P. And by the way, another way quickly to confirm that this is a ERC or PRC20 clone from Ethereum is the fact that it will have exactly the same contract address from Ethereum. How to prove it? Copy the contract address like that, paste it in, and you will see the Ethereum one show up? The one with, you know, the deep liquidity, etc., etc. Yeah, the same contract address in Pulsechain. Now, of course, you might ask yourself, how does that exist? How can two contract addresses exist at the same time? They can, because they're obviously on two different networks, so two separate databases. There's no conflict or collision. But yeah, guys, PDAI is the king of P stables, the king of PRC20s. Do not get that mistaken. It is never too late being in PDAI. Again, look at that liquidity, 25.5 million worth of liquidity tied in with ATROPA. ATROPA, again, I'm going to make a separate video, is estimated to reach as an effect of PDAI going to $1 to reach $7.5. Okay, they're two different worlds yet related. I've had a question where someone asked me, why shouldn't I just go all in on ATROPA because it's a leverage of PDAI? In my opinion, I would still go in both. Reason why? Because PDAI will stay pegged at $1, so it gives you that security sense of, okay, I don't need to worry about volatility anymore once you reach that point. Once we collateralize with the P maker, vaults, etc., with the sacrifice funds. I do have here the sacrifice funds, guys. Literally, I've been dug this up again from old tweets. I put them all in a few bundles here and there because on DBank, pretty sick. You can see how much Ethereum these sacrifice funds are holding: 98,000, 51,000. 20,000, and then here 4,000, etc. And you can see, you can also check what are they holding on the Pulsechain side, and you'll see a lot of them, they're holding PDAI. You know what I mean? A lot of them are holding interesting PRC20s. It's like, hey, these are really the chosen ones. Okay, now I will also start. So yeah, these are the basically, by the way, the Ethereum, the whole plan of the sacrifice funds is that they're long in Ethereum. By the time Ethereum goes to 7K plus, hopefully 10K, this bull run, they're going to rotate and bridge in through and in Pulsechain to then be used as collateral to then, you know, pump the Richard Heart core tokens. But keep an eye. One of the ways to keep an eye on is to watch that liquidity of the 4 Richard Heart core tokens. Keep an eye on them, because you never know. Some of them might start being thinning out a little bit, because of course liquidity is kind of like a weight as well. The thicker the liquidity is, yes, the more of a cushioning effect you'll have, the more of a, you know, stability of the price itself, but it makes it harder for that token to pump even more. It will require even more money to get it to move up. So when you thin liquidity, makes it more volatile, and then you can re-add liquidity to create that price floor, to increase the price floor. So yeah, keep in mind, if you've seen, keep an eye on the liquidities on the 4 Richard Heart core tokens. If you see the liquidity being reduced, that means Richard Heart is lurking, guys. He is planning. So it feels really great to be in Pulsechain, guys. Aside from that, I've been in 9mm making my V3 pools. Those are my 3 main ones, guys. You know what I mean? I have no hidden secrets here. Honestly, I share all the knowledge because I believe in knowledge squared. I don't need to gatekeep this knowledge, because, you know, there's enough money to be made. So and I want you guys to win with me, because, you know what I mean? Again, I do believe there's going to be enough money in this bull run. And either way, it's not like as if I'm having hundreds of thousands of people watching my video where it's like, oh, actually, I need to start keeping my information. Never really. So, and I really appreciate all you guys' support, because it is a constant feedback. You know what I mean? It's not only me who's giving the alpha to you guys from my leverage of my network. Effectively, my Telegram community is also a leverage of networking, because the guy who, one of the PRC20 you know, kind of categories or narratives are the Ethereum 2.0 validator narrative. Again, this is someone, Skymoto, shout out to him. He shared it in the community. And as well, if you would have seen the message by then, you would have actually caught a 2.5x literally within a few hours of him sending that message. So again, if you want to be part of it, if you don't want to miss out on it, if you don't want to just wait for my next video, which can have some type of delay, even though my videos literally come up within an hour of recording, join my Telegram, link in the description. We have almost 800 members, I believe. Yeah, almost 800 members. So yeah, anyways, going back to it, this is a tweet from Somi. On the surface level, I'm questioning the baby dolls for buying P-Link and P-Ave. Okay, but deep down, I know why. It's way better to put lottery tickets into Pulsechain versions of a Link and Aave than it is to put them into the real ones, because of their thick liquidity, which is what I just kind of explained to you guys, and how correlated they are to the rest of the market. They are. So he put those two here. You can see the prices on P-Link is 0.02 and 2 cents basically, and this one is 5 cents. So we can check out where they are today. Now this quickly here, the CRO, I just wanted to show it as a success case, because again, we can see what is the real price of Ethereum, of CRO. You can see that's 9 cents and a half, and guess what, we actually basically reached the parity. So shout out to the people who did this with with V3 pool. This is a success case. This is good to have in our books as a a win for Pulsechain PRC20s. This is exactly what you want to catch. This is one you want to be early on. So of course, this is a success case. I'm not going to be getting into this, just a disclaimer. Okay. Now you have PRV. Since the tweet that was ages ago here, when was it? January 13th. It was at 5 cents. Now it is at 19 cents. So you are late by 3.3 as I showed right here. But if you look at the chart, I think honestly it still has a lot of room for growth compared to the real price, which is $86. So of course, can we reach all the way to $86? We can quickly grab a calculator. 86 divided by 19 cents. That is a beautiful 452x. Even if we reached a quarter of the way there, that is still going to be 113x. I want to be part of that, right? So I think I'm gonna say PRV is going to be one of my top things that I'm going to be buying a small bag into from this video, basically. Okay, keep in mind I will try to differentiate between the ones where, okay, I'm not really going to show, I'm not really going to get into it, or if it's going to be something I'm going to put like lunch money into just to make sure. So yeah, PRV, huge W. Obviously PDAI, guys, you already know, huge. That's one of my main biggest positions in all my crypto portfolio, actually. So no hidden secrets there. Okay, the second one, actually, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna assume that oh yeah, it's right here. The second one, guys, it is WBTC. Now you might have heard of it, okay, but I do want to mention it again because, guys, it did not grow enough compared to PDAI. Okay, this is why if you look at it, one of the all-time lows here is just $14 to where we are today. That's just at like a 10x compared to PDAI that already did a 5,000x. But this is why I want to mention it here again. This might not be new news to a few of you guys who are watching the video, but it is a reminder. Okay, sometimes it's really good and important to have a position in the most confident of PRC20s before you start getting into the risky ones. Not financial advice. I'm not guaranteeing that PWBTC is going to 100% make you money. Please do understand this. You have to make your own decisions. I'm just here reviewing. Do not follow me on every single step that I take. You have to be an independent thinker, and this is what I try to get you to be from my videos. I give you guys the explanations so you guys understand my thought process. So please do understand this. Okay, but PWBTC is one of the most bullish ones in the same, almost the same level as PDAI. Okay, because number one, we scroll down here, we go to PWBTC, open it on the Explorer. Now you will see, and this has been proven, that the biggest holder here, 21.16%, is a Richard Hart wallet. Okay, and of course, it's also been proven that Richard Hart is the one who originally put in the liquidity in the PWBTC/WPLS. So that's another huge like check that, hey, this is one of Richard Hart's favorite PRC20s, PDAI and PWBTC. I don't know what other ones that he is interested in, but I'm for sure in those two are one of the main ones. Okay, so keep in mind the fact that it hasn't blown up enough compared to PDAI. Yeah, this is an early, and I would say this is a hidden gem for sure. This goes into the fact that I'm going to be buying a bag. And again, this is one of my biggest bags as well. Aave is the one that I'm going to be buying very, very soon, getting more bags of it. I haven't bought in most of the tokens I'm going to be mentioning, guys, today. So I'm just telling you guys the information, uploading the video, and then I'm probably going to take my time slowly, because I do believe you don't need to rush nothing, guys. Okay, you don't need to. Don't worry. Do your research. So yeah, don't rush the process. Make a thesis on each PRC20. Make yourself feel content and happy with the reason why you're going to be putting either a small bag, a medium bag, or launch money into this. You have to make that risk management. Okay, please do understand that. But yeah, I'm definitely not going to be selling my PDAI to be getting into other ones. Yes, because they might have more excess to go, but no, that is not what you want to do. You want to have a separate pots. PDAI is still a almost 250x away to $1. So it does make sense for me to miss out on that. Okay, so going back to it, PWBC, I made a video that debunked all the issues that people addressed, or that mentioned the concerns, such as, oh, this is a, you know, it has an admin keys. Oh, it's not a good thing. I made a video where I covered it. The fact that, hey, it's a multi-sig wallet. There's, you know, separate, it's basically a DAO where 8 of the 13 seats need to vote yes for something to happen. Also talked about the fact that, you know, why does it have 154,000 in supply, etc. So you guys can watch that. It's a video that I made, I believe, 4 months ago. You guys can check that out. Moving on, P-Link. This is one that I'm definitely going to be buying. So far, PRV, P-Link are going to be ones, the coins that I'm going to be buying over here in Pulsechain instead of holding them in real tokens. Again, it is because, as Somi mentioned, because of the liquidity, such a great idea, and because of the graph looks beautiful. This is exactly when I want to enter in the cheap zones. Okay, it doesn't seem like I missed out on anything so far. Again, we're just around, you know, I'm just late by 1x, so that's beautiful time for me. Chainlink token, super bullish, you know, 5.4k in liquidity, not bad, you know, a little bit thin, but it's enough for you to get in position. So if you go here, obviously you can know that it's a Ethereum PRC20. You can see there's a few pairs here. There's a V3, so you can get into that. I'm not sure if this is a 2% type of pool, but yeah, there's different routes for you to get into. Oh yeah, so V1, V2, and V3. And I think this one is obviously very, very bullish, because when we look at what is the real price of P-Link is $14. So we grab that. We grab the calculator. 14 divided by 0.028. That's a 500x. Beautiful. The fact that it's very light on in liquidity as well. Technically, this can pump really hard. Okay, so don't look at that market cap. Don't be fooled by, oh, it's a big enough market cap. No. Okay, look at liquidity. Liquidity is the real dollar value. Market cap can be inflated easily. Keep that in mind. But yeah, 500x again. Even if it did a quarter of it, I want to be part of that ride. 125x. Beautiful. Okay, so definitely PRV, P-Link so far. I'm already in PDAI, I'm already in PWBC. Next up, we have Matic. Okay, the Polygon blockchain, huge. Okay, again, I would rather hold this on PRC20 than buy it actually in that coin. So, you know what I mean? I have even more exposure for growth. Looking at it, 1.6k in liquidity. Does it have any other pairs? The real price is 57 cents. Where we are right now. So if I grab the calculator, 57 divided by the real price, oh no 57 cents divided by 1/10, I guess 1/10 of a cent, 4.5, that's a 393x. Beautiful. Can we achieve that? Again, hugely uncertain, high risk. Don't get me wrong, okay? But it seems like we are pretty in the cheap zone, guys. Okay, again, we're just late by a rough 1x. So it's a really good time to be into this. And I do believe, guys, at some point, Solana people, you know what I mean? They're going to have enough of Solana. They'll be like, hold on. I think we got rugged a little bit too many times. It's time for me to actually go into something that is undervalued, is truly decentralized, something that is a great place to be in, good communities, etc., great narratives. They're gonna look into Pulsechain, guys. This is why I believe Pulsechain will have his own turn. You know what I mean? So again, don't get me wrong though. It could be Solana. It could move on to base chain, right? With the whole thing that Coinbase is doing. Huge W, by the way. Really great. I'm gonna make more videos on that as well. There's money to be made in base chain for sure. Don't get me wrong. But what's after that? You know what I mean? But don't be fooled by the people who are thinking that, hey, I don't know what other YouTubers are doing. Shout out to Somi, I watch him a lot. You know what I mean? But aside from other YouTubers, usually the YouTubers who are really big are usually the ones that are, you know, they don't really have the alpha anymore, in my opinion. Okay, because, you know, they probably have different motives, like, hey, they're getting paid for something, so they need to talk about just these things, etc., or they're really focused on what's really hot right now, you know, the things that already have the green candles, already have the momentum. In my opinion, I want to make videos on the things that are not with momentum, the things that are in depression prices, in cheap prices. Okay, so anyways, you know, don't be fooled when people say, oh, you know, Solana is going to be the narrative of this whole bull run. It will move. Okay, don't believe when they say, oh, I've cracked the market, I know what they want, I know what they're asking for, oh, this, you know, the 10th, the 20th iteration of Andrew Tate token will be the next 1000x. No, if it gets oversaturated, etc., etc., in my opinion, I think Andrew Tate, he will lose that power where even if he tweets about something, it won't pump as stronger as before, as the first time he did. You know what I mean? It's going to be diminishing returns. So keep in mind, guys. Okay. Anyways, going back to it, Matic, really great. We just calculated how many X's away they are. So honestly, P-Link, PWBTC, Matic, Alve, and of course PDAI so far are really, really great positions to be in. Now, the next up here, before we get into the ETH 2.0 PRC20 narratives, we have the memes. Okay, I think this one as well is, I might get into them just to, you know, put in some lunch money, have a small bag, just in case they do the few X's. So number one, we're looking at Shiba Inu, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that chart. It looks beautiful. You know, from roughly, you know, rough all-time high, we're looking at a minus 82% in price. That's a huge discount. It's beautiful. So you never know, this can grab a lot of attention. You know, imagine if there's a team that makes a logo, banner, and then starts marketing this, you know, with Twitter saying, hey, you know, have you missed out on Ethereum, on the Shiba Inu on Ethereum? Imagine if you can rewind time in Ethereum and buy Shiba Inu again when it first started. That's how it feels being in Pulsechain. I mean, this is why I want to be part of that. So it is 6 zeros. I think if we check, I believe the real Shiba is 4 zeros. Yeah, 4 zeros. So it's kind of, it's around how many X's? That's 100. Yeah, I would say that's 150x away roughly. But yeah, super good opportunity as well. I'd say that one is, I'm gonna definitely get a bag of that. Same thing with Doge, guys. You're only late by a 3x here. Doge, what is the real price of Doge? 12 cents. So if I bring up that calculator again, 12 divided by 0.0024, that's okay, we're only a 50x away. You know what? So this might be actually more plausible to be in, because you never know, it now will require less effort to reach parity with, or even surpass the real price of Doge, and that's going to be another good, you know, win for us to put on under our belts with Pulsechain's win cases, right? We've done it with P-Cream, with PCRO, and there's probably a few others, and then you got Doge as well, Dogecoin. So I think this one's a really good one. Yes, it might be a fewer X's. Hey, it could even surpass that. That's such a great story to have for people to be like, hey, if you were holding XYZ, if you were holding Doge on Ethereum, you would have received a free airdrop in Pulsechain that's more valuable than the bag that you have in Ethereum. Like, that's such a beautiful thing to tell people. Like, I think honestly, guys, I'm telling you, it is not doing, the PRC20s, yes, they're not doing as great of a job onboarding people, but I think time is ticking, and soon people will realize what of a gold mine this is. So yeah, Doge, definitely getting a bag of that soon. And you got next up, Pepe. Literally beautiful buy zone. Look at this, guys. Look at this. You're not buying at the top, so you're feeling great about yourself. How far are we from to all-time high? You know, it's just a nice little 2.3. Remember, you need to add another X. 2.3x, not bad at all. You're only late by a 1x from down here. I don't know what happened down here. It might be like adding liquidity, dropping liquidity, whatever. So I would say from here, you're only late by a 1x. Beautiful. They already had the banner and logo. Shout out to them, whoever who did that. Seems like they have a Telegram. Click the rockets, guys. Okay, it boosts them on the deck screen as well. So support the people, support the communities. So this is a really great one. So finally, I would say, guys, honestly, I'm gonna probably get a bag on all those memes. I'm gonna get a bag of all the coins that we said, the PRV, Chainlink, and Matic for sure. Finally, guys, before the video, I don't want to get it too long. We have it here. By the way, shout out to Holonomics, because he also made a really great tweet that kind of you know, opened my mind. This is a really old tweet, by the way, as well. So I was doing some digging, some researching here. March 15th, not really old tweet, okay, a few months ago. Actually, it's even better. Pulsechain literally forked all of Ethereum, and he mentioned Doge, etc, even NFTs. The fork happened in May 23rd. Oh, I think that's May 13th though. So any token that existed on Ethereum then exists on Pulsechain. It's the same contract address and everything. Check out PWBTC. I'm telling you, once the Deegans figure out what's going on here, it's going to get explosive. it basically reset the clock on Ethereum back to year 1. I expect the Soul Bros to start flocking here soon. Richard Hart hasn't even really started marketing anything and has billions of dollars at his disposal. We have everything they want, but with more sustainable tokens and projects. Much better conversion and success rate over here. Everyone is eating good on Pulse. That's so true. If you want to find a P token, just get the contract on Ethereum and then plug it into a screener and you'll see the Pulse version. Have fun. And I was going to say, by the way, and here, hop on to PDAI TG if you have any questions. Shout out to PDAI, guys. Honestly, PDAI is such a great narrative, honestly. Just being in Pulsechain, guys, like it literally feels so great. I was speaking to a close relative about Pulsechain, and I just realized, like, it's been 20 minutes and I didn't stop talking about Pulsechain. I'm just realizing they must have been so overwhelmed with my information, and I was literally still ready to keep going, talking. I'm like, hold on, did you get everything? And it seems like I was mostly talking about myself, and just being too excited. But you know, being in Pulsechain, guys, is so good. We have it all. We have V3. We have all the best features of Ethereum. We inherited that. We're literally cheaper than Ethereum, so a younger and more evolved version of Ethereum. We're better than Solana and its buggy ass network. We're not a layer 2, we're a layer 1, so we're not depending on any other blockchain. Tons of things, guys. You know what I mean? We got p-hex over here now. You know what I mean? So imagine the success that e-hex did. It's more likely that p-hex can do that itself. We have INC, the INC farms. We got the, you know, the Tangang memes. Video on that soon. We have tons of narratives here. It feels great. Honestly feels great. Finally, guys, I'm going to leave you guys with this. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm going to leave this in the comments, in the description below. These are the main tokens about the Ethereum 2.0 validators holding the top positions for all the staked Ethereum that has been locked on all this top DeFi. So you got frxEth now. This is more of one of the success cases. Liquid staked Ether 2.0. It did a beautiful 31x already. So I'm not going to be getting into this one, in my opinion. I have better efficient places that my money can go into. You got Rocket Pool ETH, another good success case for the ETH 2.0 stuff. A nice 5x depending to all-time high. Let's see. Nice little 8 or 9x basically. Beautiful. And you have frxEth. This is the one that did the 2.5x. It was a huge dip, and you can see that it did a nice little, obviously you add a 1x here if you bought there. So a 2.5, beautiful. And then this is the chart, you know what I mean? It seems, now I still didn't need to do investigating, guys. Okay, I don't understand fully if this can be manipulated, okay, where you can feed it a different ETH/USD spot price where you can confuse it and put a WPLS and then you can mint. I'm just uncertain about that. I haven't read the contract, so I need to spend more time with this. So I'm just going to highlight this to you guys. I have way other PRC20s that we mentioned today before I'm going to be getting into this. This is more of a extremely high risk. The fact that, number one, super thin liquidity in some of those. Okay, we're talking a few hundreds and that's it. And that's actually a really smart way as well, guys. You don't need to just buy and hold of it. Sometimes in these tokens, if you want to make, you know, a safer kind of bet, you can provide liquidity to it, and then people who are buying are literally increasing your liquidity position, because remember, V2 is auto compounding, so your literal liquidity is growing from the fees as well. Yeah, I think so. With some of these tokens, honestly, it might be worth providing liquidity as opposed to just holding it. Like, look at this one, 2.6k liquidity and then 1.1. That's a really good liquidity to volume ratio, and you even never know. Look at these days. It had, some of these days it had way more money as well, like 1 point something K, 1.5, 3 point something, that you would have been really good amount of APRs there. So yeah, and then other ones you got here, ankrEth. Look at this, $74 of liquidity. You know, keep that in mind, guys. Again, you can obviously confirm that there's a Ethereum version. It is 3.9k. Okay, you might say that's incredible amount of X's. Keep this in mind. Okay, don't fall for the fact, okay, yeah, 3.9 from here is like thousands, 10,000s or hundreds of thousands of X's. That means I need to buy and put all my money in here. No. Okay, look into liquidity. Look into the actual contract itself. Can people mint this? Can people manipulate this? You know what I mean? Etc. Etc. Keep in mind, guys. Okay, So yeah, please keep in mind, I'm giving the disclaimer. Do not jump into this just because it has the smallest market cap compared to others. Market cap can be inflated and can be misleading. So yeah, keep in mind. And you got here wrapped Binance ETH, WBeth, again, really thin liquidity. It's going to be very hard to buy in. Maybe I'm going to consider adding liquidity into those. Maybe, you know, creating like $100 liquidity position, $50 liquidity position. It's not bad. You know what I mean? But yeah, because I was looking here, by the way, like to have a 6% bag into this, you know, it literally just costs you $116. So like you can actually become a whale in those pretty easily, but extremely high risk. Do you want to be a top 5 whale in this? Like, what's the point? Keep in mind, do your risk management, diversify, segment your risks, exit multiple baskets. Remember that. But yeah, you got other stuff like here, wrapped liquid StEth Ether 2.0. So this is the wrapped version of the other one. This one actually didn't pump as much. So this one, oh, actually no, no, that did pump a lot. So yeah, I'm not going to be getting into this one. It is too late. Look at that. It did a 17x. So yeah, no. Well, actually 17x to where we are now, but to all-time high is literally 100x. So this is a success case in my opinion. Yes, it is a nice little dip here of minus 70%. So that is buy zone. So it's up to you if you want to buy this. I have a few other things before I start thinking about this one. Maybe even add liquidity to this one. It's not bad because look at the volume, guys. Wow. Look at that volume of 40K in some of those days when the liquidity was only 2 to 1. That's a literal 1 to that's 1 to 20 ratio. Like you would have made mad APR from that. And finally, we have here Stakewise Ethereum 2.0. Again, I'm going to leave all this information in the description. You guys already know how to confirm if it's a PRC20. If you take the same exact contract, paste it here, and it's Ethereum, then that's how you know it's the real PRC20. So guys, I'm going to end the video there. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. You know, join my Telegram, follow me on my Twitter. Can I reach 1,000 followers? So yeah, really appreciate you guys for watching this video. I hope this was eye-opening. You know what I mean? There's a lot of opportunities in Pulsechain. PRC20s are a gold mine, but don't forget the king of all PRC20s, PDAI. Of course, the ATROPA ecosystem, videos on that. Do not get me wrong, videos on that. Those are my biggest positions, and super excited. I'm also rewatching the Pulsechain conference, the Pulsechain tour where ATROPA spoke. And there's a lot of other mini videos and interviews here and there that I'm going to be watching and taking notes down. So, like the video, subscribe. Hope you guys liked it. Give a comment below what you think, and yeah, thank you very much for all the support. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye bye.